Okay, guys, so let's get started. Remember last lesson, there was a castle in the island, yeah? Yep. Yep, an evil Wukong, that's right. But first, guys, thank you so much for doing your homework well, guys. We have so many people with excellent homework list. Keep up the good work, guys, and let's get started. So today we are going to learn about tree planting problems, guys. Tree planting problems. So we need to plant some trees and count trees, I guess. But guys, there are so many variations. There's so many different types of tree planting questions, which they all look very similar. So today, guys, you need to make sure to read the question very, very carefully. Okay. So, ooh, we see some dogs near the city gate. Okay, so that's a castle, and there's some scary looking dogs. How do we lure them away so that we can enter the castle? Well, being safely entering, right? I heard that these dogs are very greedy and their favorite food is sausages. Let's use some sausages to lure them away. Okay, but where do you get the sausages? In the island. Okay, well, but yeah, exactly. We don't have any sausages with us. We don't have any. Well, I know the sausages where they are. Follow me. Okay, Wukong. So, guys, this is the type of questions that we're going to do today, but there is a very important word that you need to know for today's lesson, and that is intervals. Now, what is intervals, guys? What is an interval? An interval is basically spaces. Okay? So guys, so if you read this question, if trees are planted at both ends of the road. Now this is very, very important in our question, guys. You need to check everything, right? And especially, guys, you need to check whether the question said at both ends. Okay, now if it's at the both ends, what is the relationship between the number of trees and number of intervals, which is the spaces in between, right? If trees are planted at both ends, right, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4 trees, right? But then there are how many intervals? Well, there are 1, 2, 3, right, guys? So 3 intervals. So number of trees equals to the number of intervals plus 1, right? Very easy. Very easy. Yep. So as you can see, you need to remember, guys, if you have trees at both ends, we have trees equal to intervals plus 1. Okay? I'm gonna see who remembers this. So again, if we have at both ends of the road, they are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 trees, right? Then there are 1, 2, 3, and 4 intervals. And that is because if it's at both ends, guys, the number of trees equals to intervals plus 1. Yeah? So, yep. So if trees are planted at both ends of the road, number of trees equals to number of intervals plus 1. Okay? So guys, this time, we don't know how many trees in the picture, but that means you need to read the question. Nice planted trees where at both ends. And if there are 18 intervals, how many trees? Well, you guys can remember if it's at both ends. If it's at both ends, well, that means trees equals to intervals plus 1. So if you have 18 intervals, guys, oh, so that's going to be 18 plus 1 melody, which is going to be 19 trees. Yeah? Makes sense, everybody? Yeah, so, yep, what do you say? Give me my stamp. Okay. And now, what about flags? Okay, Uda and her classmates planted colorful flags on the path in front of the school. Flags must be planted at both ends. Oh, okay. Now, if there are 20 intervals between the colorful flags, how many flags did they plant? Well, if you think about it, at both ends means flags equals to intervals, right? Plus 1, which is basically 20, plus 1, which is 21 flags. So, yep, it's going to be C again. So, what do you say? Give me my stamp. Okay. And now, oh, here's the sausages. Great, we can lure these dogs out of the castle in this way. Okay, and now, this is the real question, guys. No more pictures. No more pictures. A road is 70 meters long. It is required to plant a tree every 10 meters on one side of the road. How many trees are planted if they are planted on both ends? So, guys, now you need to analyze this question very carefully. First of all, a road is 70 meters long. Okay, so we have a road. Okay, and this road is 70 meters. Okay, and now we need to plant the trees on both ends. Okay, so let's plant trees. So my tree will look like this. Okay, that's my tree. But you need to plant it at both ends. Okay. And now, guys, now, there's another important information. Every tree needs to be how far away? 10 meters. Okay, so that means between these trees, it's going to be 10 meters. Okay? Now, if you think it's 7, Candy, then you're wrong. Because remember, you need to start by reading the question. Oh, it's both ends, right? So what does that mean? Trees equals to intervals plus 1. And now, how do we find how many intervals we have? Well, the entire road is 70 meters, guys, and we need to divide it by every 10 meters. So that means 70 meters. Let me write this down at the bottom. So that's going to be 70 meters, guys, divided by 10 meters. It's going to equal to 7. But what is this 7, guys? What did we just find? 7 what? 7 what? 70 divided by 10 gives you 7, but 7 meters? No! That's not what we're doing. 7 trees? No! It's 7 intervals. Guys, you are trying to figure out from the entire road, if we break it down to 10 meters every single time, we're going to get 7 intervals, 7 spaces, right? So please remember, when you divide, you're actually finding intervals. Does that make sense, guys? This is super important. So already, many people are making mistakes. So you better listen to Jason. All right, now, going back. Yes, now it's easy. Once you know the intervals, we have 7 and plus 1, which is going to be 8 trees. So that's the answer, guys. All right. So if I were to complete this picture for you, let's see if I can fit everything. So that's 4, and I just need 3. Okay, not bad. So basically, guys, that means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and yes, each of them are 10 meters, guys, which adds up to 70 perfectly. And look how many trees we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So, can you see that? So the method is, guys, you need to check whether the trees are being planted on both ends. This is super important, guys, because if it's not, you can't use this little tool or little formula that I taught you. Trees equals to intervals plus 1. That doesn't work. So you need to check the question, guys. And now, if you want to find the intervals, guys, obviously you need to divide the total length of the road and by how much space you need. Okay? So this is now your turn. I'm going to see who's going to make very silly mistakes for this one. So now I can guarantee to you there will be people making mistakes. Now I'm going to give you plenty of time. If you finish, check your answer, guys. Okay? We have so many people already getting confused because of these silly mistakes. Okay, guys, so the time is up, and the correct answer is actually C. Now, I have so many people already getting this question wrong, guys. But first, I'll give you a trophy if you get it right. Now, yes, let's have Catherine going through this question. Hello, Catherine.
Hello.
So, Catherine, can you please read this question out loud first?
Trees are planted on one side of the road. The road will be 30 meters long. If a tree is planted on both ends of the road at every 5 meters interval, how many trees are there in total?
So, what did I tell you to make sure you read carefully? What's the most important part of this question?
That there's trees planted on each side.
Very good. Very good. So, yes, we do have trees planted on each side. Very good. Okay, so if that's the case, what can we use? We can use a little shortcut, right?
Yeah.
If it's both ends, we can say what? Trees equals to?
Trees equals interval plus 1.
Good. Intervals plus 1. But we don't know how many intervals we have, but we have a clue. What is the distance between every tree?
5 meter interval.
Yep, that's right. The gap between the trees are 5 meters. Okay, so now how do we find the intervals?
From 30 meters, we divide by 5 meters.
Okay, which you get?
6 intervals.
Very good. 6 intervals. Okay, so that means, oh, I see. Trees equals to now 6 plus 1, which equals to?
7.
7 trees. Perfect. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you very much. And so that is why the answer is C. Does that make sense, everybody? I told you, people are going to make mistakes. So, go. So that's the complete picture. Okay, so slow down. You guys are not reading the question carefully enough, some of you, and you know who I'm talking to. And now, all right, so, oh, here's your sausage. Take it and leave it. All right, so yes, we succeeded luring a dog, one of the dogs away, and we still got a lot more dogs. It seems like we have 4 more dogs left. So, guys, now, if trees are planted at only one end of the road, it's not at both ends anymore, guys. It's not at both ends, only one end. So, like I said, only one end. Then we have, first of all, 1, 2, 3, 4. But how many intervals? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh! So number of trees is going to be the same as number of intervals, guys. But when? When? It's only possible when it's only planted at one end. So do you see why I've been telling you need to read the question carefully today? If it's at both ends, it's intervals plus 1. But if it's only at one end, it's just same as trees and intervals. Same number. Does that make sense, everybody? So that is why today you need to be careful and read the question carefully, guys. Okay, so now, what about this one? Planted at only one end again. One end, yay! One end is the easiest one because it's always the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 trees. Then, without even counting, I already know it's going to be 5 intervals. But let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yes, I do have 5. You see, if you only have one end, then it's super duper easy. Okay? So when you plant trees at only one end of the road, number of trees will be the same as number of intervals. Okay, so stamp questions. Orally planted trees along the road. The trees are planted on only one end of the road. Ooh, very important hint. And thank you. We love one end. Because if this path is divided into 50 intervals, how many trees? Ha! 50. We don't need to calculate anything. Yeah, because if it's at one end, trees are going to be same as intervals. Yeah, so both are going to be 50 and 50. So what do you say? Give me my stamp. Okay, now Cohen planted trees along the road. Trees are planted on only one end again! Yay! One end! So now this path is divided into 32 intervals. So now how many trees? Well, without even a question, guys, 32. Why? Because if it's at only one end, trees is going to be same as intervals. Yeah? So 32 is going to be same as 32. So what do you say? Give me my stamp. All right. Oh, now guys, I want you guys to listen very carefully for this one because not many people actually answered this question correctly. Guys, I will give you a trophy if you can answer my last question. So listen to my questions. I have multiple questions for you. All right. Now, trees are planted on one side of a 64-meter long road. Okay, how many trees are planted in total if trees are planted on only one end of the road and every two adjacent? Adjacent sounds like my name. Guys, by the way, adjacent means beside, okay, or right next to each other. So every two trees that are beside are 8 meters apart. Okay, okay. But here's my last question, guys. Now, if you read this note, nobody in any of my lessons actually correctly told me why this information is super important. So now, the distance between the end, where the trees are not planted on the road, and the adjacent tree should also be 8 meters. Guys, why do you think this information is super important? Let me know. Why is this line so important? So, Isaac, do you have an idea?
Um, um, so I think the note is important because it says the distance between the end where trees were not planted and the adjacent tree should also be 8 meters. So I'm pretty sure the adjacent tree is like the last trees at the end, so it should be 8 meters.
No, you're just reading the question. You're not telling me why it's important. No, sorry. Okay, Sherlock, you want to try? Oops, sorry, Sherlock.
Maybe because so it's like the last question. The difference between animal trees.
Okay, sorry. Olivia?
Maybe it's like adding to like Isaac's point. You know, the last so the if the so if they're not planted in the adjacent tree should always be should also be 8. So the this that means that the distance between the trees that are not planted, I like since it's the second end, which it means, so it means the end that's not that the trees are not planted. So the second end, so and the adjacent tree near that should be 8 meters.
Sorry, I know what you mean, but could be a little bit better explained because at the moment everybody's just reading the question. All right, Jeffrey, do you have what it takes?
I think you just count the intervals. Is it?
Okay.
I have the answer. It's 64 divided by 8.
But yeah, I'm not looking for the answer, am I? I'm looking for why is this yellow line so important? It's hard. It's very hard, but it's very important that everybody understands. Okay. All right. Now, Sophie, do you have what it takes?
I think it's that because it said on only one end of the road.
Yeah.
That adjacent trees are 8 meters apart, but there is one end where there is no trees. So if you count that in, you'll have one extra tree than there actually is.
Ooh, okay, very, very, very close. But why? So why is that important, Sophie? So why is it so important? So why is it so important that the last end with no tree should be 8 meters?
Because if it didn't have 8 meters, you'd mess up the whole thing. Because all intervals are planted at 8 meters.
Yes! Yes! Guys, did you guys understand what Sophie said? Sophie, that was fantastic. Yes, it will mess up our whole calculation. Yes. Good. Very good. So guys, listen carefully. Sophie, very, very nice. Very good thinking. So guys, listen for a second. So now, have a look at this. Have a look at my picture. Let's say I'm going to draw a different example. Okay, now I have trees planted like this. Okay, let's say I have a tree. And now, if I spread it out nicely, and let's say we have a little house at the end. Okay, it's not a tree. Okay, we have a house, but a different color would be nice. Okay, blue house. Okay, and now guys, now, if each spaces were, let's do an easy one, 10 meters, okay? 10 meters, 10, 10, 10, and 10, okay? And guys, and the questions, if the question said, hey, the road is 50 meters, guys, in order to make sure we can calculate, look, 50 divided by 10 is 5. We can only do this because we know we want to make sure all the intervals are the same. Guys, so this should also be 10 meters. Because if it's not, let's say if it's not 10 meters, guys, what happens? If it's not 10 meters, let's say if this was, I don't know, like 5 meters. We have 5 intervals, but we can't calculate like this. We cannot calculate like this anymore. So it's super important that the space between the trees and the last bit needs to be the same 10 meters. Otherwise, it's going to mess up our calculation. Do you now understand? Yes, very good. Jeffrey, do you understand as well? And Isaac and Olivia, good. And Sherlock, good. So very nice, very nice. This is why, guys, the question needs to tell us the second last space, the second end of this space should also be 8 meters. Because why? Because our spaces between the trees are 8 meters as well. We want to have same length of each spaces, which are intervals. Okay, so that's why. So not many people actually realize this, and I'm very happy that Sophie was the first person in my entire lesson. Okay, entire lesson, she got it right. My goodness. Yeah, don't be shy, Catherine. If you know, just raise your hand. Okay, so very good. Okay, so let's do this question now, guys. All right, so we have. So everybody, never mind. I'll just rejoin Tanya. Yep, and now we have a road that is. So guys, yep, as you can see, once we know this, it becomes really, really simple, doesn't it? So that's a house. Yep, everybody can know the answer now, can't we? Because it's so easy. But before, the question must tell you the second last space should also be 8 meters. Okay, let me just help Danya. Okay, so I think Danya is using a tablet. All right. Or you may have to watch the replay. Since it could be your Wi-Fi issue. Okay. All right. So now, all right. So let's go back. Yes. So let's have a look. So this space is going to be 8 meters. And now, okay, and we know as a fact, thank you question for that note, the last end, this is also what, guys, 8 meters. So this is super important, otherwise it messes up our calculation. So this note is actually very, very, very helpful. Okay, so now, guys, 64 meters, so what do we do? 64 meters divided by 8 meters, because every interval is going to be 8 meters, guys. So that means it's going to be 8 intervals. So that means if it's at only one end, what can we say? We can say that, oh, so trees is going to be same as intervals. So 8 equals to 8. So 8 trees. Okay? So that's how you do it. Okay, so all right. Okay, maybe. All right, so now that could be one of the solutions. And now, guys, this is your turn. Your turn to do this question. Let's see how many people can do this question. Okay, guys, so the time is up. And the correct answer is actually B. So well done, guys. Well done. So now, let's see why it is B. Let's have a look quickly. And yep, let's get somebody to help me out as well. So click the raise your hand button if you want to explain. Okay, Melody. Okay, Melody. Hello, Melody.
So this like mostly is 50 divided by 5 equals to 10. So it's 10.
Yep, that's right. But Melody, we are allowed to do that because of what?
Because it sits on the one side.
Good, one side. What does it mean? If it's one side, trees
It stays the same.
as the
Intervals.
very good intervals. And how did you find the intervals?
It's 50 divided by 5.
Yeah, it's 50 meters long road. You need to divide it by 5 meters. And are you sure every interval is 5 meters?
No.
No? Then this is not allowed then.
It's yes.
Why is it yes?
Because the end is 5 meters.
No, because every 2 trees are 5 meters apart. But what about the second end?
It's just 5 meters.
Where does it say that?
On the note.
Yes. So it should also be 5 meters at the place where it's not planted. Good. So yep, that means 10 intervals. So that means 10 is going to be same as 10. So that's why it's B. Good job, Melody. So guys, do you see how even though this question is very easy, you need to check everything from the question. Do you have everything what it says that you need? Okay, good. All right, here's your sausage, your second dog. Okay, and then, yep, take it and eat it somewhere else. All right, and now we need to have a look at this one. What about, guys, what about if there's no trees at either end? Oh, so 1, 2, 3. 3 trees along the path between the school and the library. So there's no trees at both ends. Then how many intervals? 1, 2, 3, 4. So as you can see that, if there are trees with no ends, it's going to be intervals, right? -1. So we have 3 different versions, guys. 3 different versions. So let's summarize everything. So guys, obviously we have a version. Let's say this is a road. And what was the first version? The first version had trees at both ends. Yeah. We had trees at both ends. Okay, so now. All right. So if that's the case, everybody, so now when we have trees at both ends, okay, let's just write both ends. So if you have trees at both ends, what can we do? What's the relationship, guys? We can do trees is going to be intervals plus 1. Yeah? Now, we did this without the tree at one end. So guys, that means if the tree is only at one end, not ends, it's going to be the same. Now, if you have no trees Okay, at both ends. Yep, you need to take away 1. Does that make sense, everybody? So as you can see, this is the entire relationship that you need to remember. So, yep. So guys, so please save this picture, guys. It's going to be very helpful for your homework because you need to look, okay, which relationship that you need to use. Okay, so save the screenshot. And now, all right then, so let's have a look at this one. If no trees are planted at either end of the road. Oh, very important. Okay, no trees. Okay, so that means, okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 trees, that means obviously 5 intervals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, so it's going to be intervals. Take away 1. Okay, now, time for stamped questions. Trees are planted along a path with buildings at both ends of the path. Oh, so we have buildings at both ends, so no trees. 30 intervals, how many trees? Well, now, no ends, so trees equals to intervals minus 1. Guys, 30 intervals minus 1. Is it 31? Ah, you guys all fell for the trap. 29 trees. Yeah? Right, guys? Don't fall for the trap. It's intervals minus 1. So, give me my stamp. Okay, what about this one, guys? So now we have buildings at both ends. Okay, buildings, no, not trees. 10 intervals. Yep, now it's going to be easy. Trees. It's going to be intervals. Minus 1. 10 intervals minus 1 equals to 9. So, yes, what do you say? Give me my stamp. Okay, so now, again, very, very important question. Trees are planted on only one side of the road. Guys, it said side, not end. There's a difference. If there are trees now if there are no trees, oh, there we go. No trees at either end of the road, and every 2 adjacent trees are 5 meters apart, there will be 9 trees in total. How long is the road? Okay. Now, note that there should be a 5-meter distance between the beginning of the road and the first tree, and another 5-meter distance between the last tree and the end of the road. Okay, and this is there so we don't mess up our calculation. Okay. So, all right then, let's draw some pictures. Okay, so we have a road. Forest, stop, pay attention. So now we have 2 buildings. Okay. Nice. And now we have 9 trees. Okay, 9 trees. Okay, nice. We have 9 trees. And now the interval is 5 meters apart. Okay, so we need to calculate how many intervals we have. Okay, now guys, if it's no ends, we can do trees equals to intervals minus 1. Now, we only know trees. 9 trees equals to intervals, right? Minus 1. So what minus 1 equals to 9? Well, obviously 10. 10 minus 1 equals to 9. So that means we have 10 intervals. Oh, 10 intervals. Okay. And now we need to multiply that by the distance of the interval, which is 5 meters, which is going to be 50 meters of the road. So that's your answer. Okay? Understand how to do this question, guys? Okay, very nice. So, this is your turn to do this question. Okay, 1 more minute, guys, and that's it. By the way, we have so many people with wrong answers. I hope you guys were checking them. Okay, guys, so the time is up, and the correct answer is C. Well done, well done. So many people, more than half of you got this question wrong. Okay, so let's have Angelina. Hello, Angelina.
Hello.
Hi, so how did you do this question, Angelina? Do you know how to do this question? Okay, how about we do this? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay, so it says no street lights at either end of the road, right? What does that mean? It means lights equals to intervals minus 1. Do you remember this? When there's no end.
Yeah.
Okay, but how many lights do we have?
We have 12 streetlights in total.
Okay, so 12 lights is going to be the same as number of intervals minus 1. But, so what minus 1 equals to 12?
13.
Good. So that means we have 13 intervals. But what is the distance for every interval? So how far apart are these lights?
6 meters.
Yep. So that means 13 times 6 meters will be your answer. So let's do that. 3 times 6 is 18, carry of 1, which makes it 78. So that's why it's 78 meters. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, good, Angelina. And guys, it was that simple, but we have so many people with the wrong answers, guys. I don't know what you guys were thinking. Many people said it was 72. Many people said it was B. It's not B, guys. It's 78, which is C. All right? So, okay. So here's the sausage for you. And yep, go eat. It's not easy at all. Yep. Almost finished. But now, guys, let's have a short break. And today, guys, we're going to have a little different game, okay? We're going to have a little different game. So this is the picture, a cute little picture, guys. Yeah. And now you need to find 7 different things between these two pictures, guys. There's actually 7 different things. And, okay, how do I do this? Oh, I know. So, 1 second, guys. All right, whoops. Okay, make sure you don't, here you go. Make sure to not to delete the picture, guys. You guys need to circle which ones are different. Okay? It's very hard. There are 7 different things. And let's have 5 minutes. That's your time restriction. 5 minutes, guys. There are 7 different things that you need to spot. Yeah, I know, it's super hard. There are 7 different things. 7 different things. Look very carefully. Some people are saying, I can only see 3. I can only see 4. Let's see who gets the most. Sherlock's like saying, huh? Where? Sophie's actually measuring the height as well. So... Oh my gosh, so funny. Guys, 1 minute left. 1 minute. 1 minute left. There are 7 things that you need to find. 7 different things. 7. Yep. It's driving somebody crazy. Yep. All right. Gave up. All right. Yes, it is very hard. And no, you can't just spam any circles. Okay, time's up, guys. Time's up. So I'm gonna collect. Now, everybody, have a look at my answer. So, here is the first difference. Here's the first difference, guys. Okay, look. The easiest one is the moon. Look at the moon, guys. That's one. You see the gap between the moon? And guys, the second one is the ear of the monkey. Ear of the monkey. You see this difference? And guys, and also have a look at the leaf. The color is different between these two. Can you see that? And now, look at the wood on the fire. There's a little mini line, and this one doesn't have a line. Oh my god! Wow! And look, there's a mini star here, but it doesn't have any mini star on this spot. Wow! And now, have a look at the red feather. The line in black is longer here, but this one is shorter. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And one more, the hardest one ever, is there's no line in the tent. Can you see that? There's no black line over here. Oh my god. So that's the 7. Yeah, okay. Maybe the hardest one was the fireplace, yeah? The one without the little circle. Yep. So let's see how many you guys found. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Amy got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, so close. So what did you miss? Oh, the fire one, Elisa. Wow, Elisa, well done. Andrew, I gave up. 1, 2. Okay, 2 things, not bad. And now Angelina, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4, good. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh, Candy! You missed the feather! Oh my gosh, that's so close! So close. And now 1, 2. Yep, it's hard. And nope. So this is correct, and this is correct. Oh, so you only got 2 correct. Or if you're looking for this one, I'll give you 3. Okay. And Danya, 1. Okay, 2. Yep, the color, that's good. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, but Hannah, you found the fire, which was the hard one. Good. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, Jeffrey, you got 5 as well. Not bad. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. Oh, maybe this is the common place that. Okay, what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 as well. And 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, not bad, Michelle. Not bad. And 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3. You found a fire one. Good. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. Oh, this is not. That's not correct. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you got 4 of them. All right. And now, Raichi, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, Ricky, so close. What did you miss? Oh, you missed this one. No. Well done, Ricky. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And Sophie, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh, Sophie, you missed the feather. Okay, and Weinoka, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, you missed the fire and the feather. Okay, and William. Okay, nice try. And William Wei, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, not bad. And that's the last person. Okay, so did you guys have fun or have more headaches? Nobody got everything correct. But yeah, more headaches. Yeah, fun. All right. So, not many people got the feather. Yeah, that's right. Okay, guys. Now, there are just 2 more dogs left now, and we can enter the castle after giving them some sausages. Guys, now. Why not? Wasn't this fun, Miranda? How many trees can be planted on a 24-meter long circular road with an interval of 6 meters in between each tree? Guys. It's a road which is 24-meter long, but it's circular. Ah. So let's actually draw them. So, alright, so tree and 6 meters, another tree, 6 meters, another tree, 6 meters, another tree, and 6 meters. So, guys, as you can see, this is really easy. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, 4 intervals, and 4 trees. Oh, trees is going to be same as intervals. But when? But when, guys? But when? When? When it's circle? Do you think it's when it's circle, guys? Do you think it's when it's circle? Only one side? No. This is when. When you have a closed road. Closed route. Okay? Super important. 5 stars, guys. Not circular. Closed. You see how the road is closed? This is super important, guys. Okay? Now, alright then. So how many trees can be planted on a 30-meter circular road? Again, circular road. Now, circle means it's being closed, right? So, alright then, 30 meters, an interval of 5 meters. So, okay, how many trees? 30 meters, guys. divided by 5 meters equals to 6 intervals, right? You're finding intervals when you're dividing, guys. So now, okay, so trees is going to be same as intervals. So that means 6 and 6 is going to be the same, so that's why it's B. Okay? And now, give me my stamp. And next, the school has a circular pond with a circumference of 40 meters. If a tree is planted every 4 meters around the pond, how many trees? Yeah, pretty easy. 10 meters. 10 trees. How? Well, 40 meters divided by 4 meters equals to 10. 10 what? 10 trees or 10 intervals, guys? What? If you divide, what did I tell you? Yes, you're finding what? You're finding intervals. Good. Intervals. Okay. So that means, oh, since it's a closed row, trees and intervals will be the same. Well, that means 10 and 10. So what do you say? Give me my stamp. Okay, good. And now, how many flags will be placed around a stadium for a school field day? If the circumference of the stadium is 500 meters and a flag is placed every 10 meters apart. Okay, this one is also easy because it's a circumference means a circular stadium. Okay, so 500 meters divided by 10 meters equals to what? 50 watts, everybody. 50 watt. Don't just tell me it's just 50. It's 50 watts. 50 meters? Raichi? Really? 50 meters, Miranda? No! No! When you're dividing, you're finding intervals. Remember? Not trees. Trees, you do it after. Yeah, if it's a closed road, then you can say trees is same as intervals, right? So it's going to be 50 and 50. So that's why B. So what do you say?